I bet you guys thought when you saw Monday's little video out here doing the experiment that that's all that there would be for the week. Ha! Come on, let's get after it. Welcome back to Arkansas Bigfoot, everybody. Great to see you out here tonight. We are going to do several things at one time out here in the dark. To start off with, had a Christmas stocking show up on the front porch today. A little early, but very, very grateful for it. And inside was
gas meter.
Well, it's a TF2, a tri-field 2 RF detector with the EMF detector and all of that built into it. And we are back out here at the tree, and we've got our original IR night camera set up recording that. At the TF2 operates on a little different frequency than the standard EMF meter that's up there above the radar app. And when it's set in the RF mode, it's picking up the radio or radioactive waves that are at a higher frequency than the standard waves that the regular EMF meter would pick up.
Right, it would be equivalent to microwave, which
Microwave, gamma wave, all of the higher frequencies essentially. And we're going to let the camera run and record that, and Rachel and I are going to go over by the structure, and we've got some other things to show and share with you tonight, and we'll kind of bounce back and forth between what's going on over here and what we're doing over there. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. Turn my little green hat light on so we don't trip and break an ankle here. As soon as we got that thing turned on, it started going crazy with the readouts and images appearing on the radar grid and both the EMF meters and RF meter going through the roof.
What we have noticed already is that when the EMF detector spikes, the RF spikes also. And it seems to be happening with the dots showing up on the radar grid just before.
Alright, so there's the back side of that structure. You can see that. Walk back around to the front of it. I've got everything piled up around it here, so watch your step. Watching the woods back there because they're not far away. Alright. So we've been working on a lot of things this week. Some experimental things, some high tech, low tech, new tech, old tech, and no tech.
A lot of good stuff. I was struggling to try to figure out how I could more effectively use the rods at night. I'm going to shine a little light on these.
I have made her a new set of rods. These are a prototype.
Yep.
And
this is our trial run to see how these...
You're going to see the first trial run in the dark with them.
And I haven't applied the light for very long at all. So we're going to see if it needs more. But these are new to me too. But these are glowing in the dark so that we can easily all share and see. If you can show me, Anku, are you present?
If you can turn kind of sideways to your right, there you go.
Okay.
The IR light was glaring off of your coat.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're lit up like they're on fire.
And he's saying I'm here. Thank you, friend. So, Anku, we've brought out the EMF detector. Yes? And we've also brought out a Gauss meter, which is going to read the gamma fields particularly. And we understand that if you are of a nuclear energy as you've expressed, yes, okay, that should respond to your presence as well. Thank you. So all of this he's confirming thus far. We've got some snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah, I just heard that one.
Right there at the tree where the cameras are set up. Okay. So we wanted to show these. This is the first time you've seen these too, Anku, in action. Great idea. Okay. So these seem to be working out. We wanted to test them before we offered them to y'all. If you're interested in them, I'm going to have Ken put his email. Oh, somebody's right here behind you, Kenny. About where that arch is. Who's here, please? Thank you. Please stop. Who just stepped forward? Oh, another one right. Oh, right in front of me. Look at them come together. Oh, hi. Right here. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi. You guys are full of surprises, aren't you? Another one coming up on this right side. Okay. Thank you for being present. Okay. It always, no matter how many times it happens, makes me want to take my breath because the energy's so lively when they do this. And who's in front of me, please? Anku, can you point to where you are? He's the one that's right behind you, Ken. I mean, right behind you. Hello. Okay, thank you. And who's in front of me, please? Who joined us? Oh no, we're going to the right instead. Okay. Who's to my right? Is that you, Junior? No? Sobe. Hello. Okay. Thank you. The third one. Who stepped forward? Who's with you guys? Is Junior here? Yes. Front and center. He's front and center, he says. Okay. Very good. Thank you for showing me. Okay. So I'm feeling like we have their agreements to work with this equipment. Okay. Anku, I'm going to let you decide who can show us what with the EMF detector. What I would like to see or understand, you know, on the grid, the dots are different colors, different sizes. Thank you. And we've guessed or felt that that was based on the size of your energy. In this case, we would say the size of you or the age as we perceive it. And what I would like to know is if you put off a different RF signature according to size also. He says yes. And would that be similar to what we see in the EMF detector, where perhaps we see a couple of lights versus 4 or 5 lights? Very close? Okay, very close, he said. So we're going to see if they can help us prove that or learn about that. You know, Anku is all about energy, all about dimension, all about understanding our illusions, trying to help us not only understand them as a people more, but to understand ourselves and our world. And hello, we have another Lily. No? Who's here, please? Mama?
I don't know if the microphone can pick it up, but I hear at least 2 different sets of footprints, steps back there in the leaves.
I was hearing cracking. Mama? Maya? She's behind. Hello, honey. She's behind here, but somebody else is here. Davi? No. You're okay. You're here. Okay, you're here. You just haven't announced yourself. Okay. Is everybody here? Yes. Thank you. Let's just. Okay. So, if you're interested in the rods, You know, they do have to have a light source to cause the glow. I'm just using my flashlight. Oh, strobe light, flashlight. But they work well. And I think, now that's a little light. I think what we'll do though, which will be a little different than these, is it will be just the tip primarily that will glow, which will still make it easy, really easy for everybody to see. The main challenge in the length of it is getting...
It's easier if you turn sideways because the washout against your coat makes it really...
You're right. My coat is actually camouflage, but it shows up in the IR lights as white. And that's something else I wanted to mention. Sometimes I notice there are what look like white faces on the video, or lighter colored faces. Some look very dark, and I have to remember it's the opposite with IR light. What's dark is light, what's light is dark.
Yeah, several videos back we talked about how they see things in different color spectrums, and
He says yes.
a good video to go back and revisit.
Mm-hmm. And this summer was a little hectic. We had a lot of light projects, experiments, and different things that we still intend to do. We've got some great prisms that were gifted to us that we're going to plan on using still. There's a lot with mirrors that we've learned are very effectual, but it's also in timing it out right so that everybody's in compliance with the family. Yes, thank you. Okay.
But I do make the rods to order. If anyone's interested in them, you can send me an email.
Yeah.
The other thing that we just finished a fresh batch of the Ormus.
Oh, yes.
If you're not familiar with that, I'll put a link to those videos in the description box, and you can watch those and understand what the Ormus is and how it works. And we make it, and we've sent it all over the place.
Excuse me. I love that Ormus, and we don't dilute ours or do anything to it. It is straight just a straight strong batch. So the dose is usually only 5 or 10 drops a day. It can be increased if you really feel the need after a couple weeks. But even it really doesn't take much to be extremely effectual, whether that's for, the physical, the mental balance, the spiritual growth. There's
but in a nutshell, it opens and cleanses the pineal gland. It heals and repairs your DNA so your body can heal itself more effectively, more efficiently. It bridges the left and right hemispheres of the brain so your artistic and your logical self bridge together so you can,
balanced.
I think, more easily see, hear, feel, smell everything in the higher 5D, 6D.
Well, a lot of people have asked, how is it that these things, whether it's being able to see or feel energy, whether it's in the ability to communicate with nature as a whole. I attribute a lot of it to the time that I've taken the Ormus, and I do take short breaks from it. Not because it can hurt you at all, but because I feel like your body, periodically you do hit states where you stabilize a little bit, but then once I start again, it feels like a whole nother facet opens up. Anyway,
I had stumbled onto it when my left hand got blown apart and 3 surgeries and all the tendons and everything ripped to shreds, and I wanted to find something that would help heal in a more effective and faster manner, and found the Ormus and found out how to make it, and my hand is, without washing the camera out, it's almost perfect again.
And the people have helped with the last of that little bit of nerve ending that needed some work. But the Ormus took care of probably what, 90%?
A good 85 or 90% of it. We're standing close enough to the camera. I didn't want to glare and blare everybody out passing in front of you, but can't really see back over there. I can see the lights on the EMF, our original EMF meter going, so I'm sure there's activity happening on that. I'll insert that into this video, so hopefully we can see it all.
I was curious about the numbers that come up.
We're going to explore that a lot more in detail when we got daylight, where everybody can see exactly how the readouts are working on it, and I'll explain it a little more in technical detail at that point. Tonight's just the trial flight of all of this stuff, so we just wanted to bring it out and set it up and see if it was going to work for us, and obviously it is.
Make sure they're comfortable with it and they're familiar with it. Mm-hmm.
I have something else that's pretty interesting on that field test video that I had posted on Monday at 1842, timestamp 1842, and I'll pull a section of that down and put it in slow motion and bring it up on the screen so you can see it. But there is something that goes from right to left on the screen showing the structure, and it's like grease lightning. I've never seen a regular animal out in the woods move that fast. It's almost a blur. It's not a bird, it's not a squirrel, it's not something on the ground like that moving across or flying low. You can see the entire energetic field just shoot across like a rocket, but I'll slow it down so you guys can hopefully see that a little more clear.
We've often mentioned how quickly they can move, and there really is no way to comprehend how fast that actually is happening. We barely caught sight of it.
I barely caught it myself when I was putting the video together to post, but it's there, and you can make out of it what you will, but it looks like an entire energetic silhouette of something just shooting through there.
Pretty cool.
Well guys, that's pretty much all we have for tonight. We wanted to bring all this equipment out and set it up and let it run again over there by that gnarly old tree. Show you these prototype rods that I came up with and let you know about all the stuff going on.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again in the daylight where you can actually see what's happening on the gauges and that, and we'll get it all refined. We just got the Gauss meter.
Right. And I'll take it somewhere else away from that tree stump and set it up just to give it a comparison of places that we don't suspect has much activity.
Mm-hmm.
So it can kind of weigh the two spots against each other.
It's very cool.
But all right, appreciate you coming along. And I think all the crunching and what I heard earlier has stopped, so we're going to wrap it up for now. We'll see you next time down the trail. Thanks.
Bye-bye.